I want to convince you that even though you may be working in a small organization that doesn't have a lot of technical capability, you can still take advantage of the biggest innovation in machine learning in the history of the field. That innovation is the large language model. This is a technology that is incredibly powerful and incredibly flexible. And this graph shows how popular it has become. Most of these services took months or years to achieve the million user mark. ChatGPT, one of the leading LLMs, achieved that mark in just 5 days. The reason this technology is so popular is that it's incredibly versatile and flexible. It can be used to accomplish a wide variety of different tasks. You may think that as a small organization with not a lot of technical sophistication, this advanced technology is too far beyond you. You can't use it. It's just too hard. I want to convince you that's not the case. And actually, there's a lot of applications for this technology throughout the economy. I'm going to use an example from the world of finance, and that is loan underwriting. What happens when a client comes in to ask for a loan to a bank? There's a process that happens where a credit analyst creates a document called a loan document. This document is pulled from financial statements, tax returns, other documents submitted by the client, as well as information that's contained in the bank's database. All of this is synthesized and summarized by the credit analyst into a document that is then given to the loan approval committee. And this committee makes the final decision about whether to grant the loan. Now, I think that this process is very typical and characteristic of a lot of tasks that happen in the modern economy. And it is also something that I believe can be streamlined with an LLM. I'm going to give you a simplified, somewhat naive version of that actually could be done right now, today. In this version, the analyst takes the financial documents, the statements submitted by the client, takes information from the bank's internal database that could have loan repayment histories or interest rate data, and takes that information and puts it into ChatGPT or another LLM with the chatbot interface. So just pulling data manually, copy and pasting it into the LLM, taking the answers back, copy and pasting into the loan document. And this is a practical approach, but it's still quite inefficient and naive, because you can see the analyst still is at the center of all these arrows coming in with the data. So the analyst is still doing a lot of things manually, doing a lot of things inefficiently. Here's a better approach. In this approach, you have a custom web application sitting at the center that is orchestrating all of the moving pieces. This custom application is actually quite simple, but it's very useful because it provides a clean, simple user interface to the analyst, and it handles all the work of moving data from the documents from the database into the LLM, reading the response back, and putting it into the loan document. I think that this is a much more efficient process because now the analyst can use this clean user interface to control and oversee the process. You can imagine a fully fledged version of this where the analyst just clicks a single button and runs the entire process automatically. That's a little bit futuristic, but what can be done right here and now is a process where the analyst is still in the loop, but is only performing a supervisory or an overseeing role in this process. So the human is still in the loop, but with a drastically reduced workload. Friends, I think that the loan underwriting process is typical of many tasks in the current economy, where people just have to sit in front of a computer, pull data from different websites and PDFs and spreadsheets, create another report out of the data, send it to somebody else to read. A lot of these tasks are really boring and tedious. I think the current economy We should automate all those tasks that we can. We should streamline all of them. In the future economy, work is going to be based on building relationships, going out into the world, meeting new people, exploring the world together. Let's build the future economy. Thank you very much.